All right, who's going? What we doing?
Coach, late in the game, it seemed like you guys finally found some sort of groove. Coach pointed out just might have been, I don't know, either wearing them down or maybe just shortening the bench and the guys being out there getting more used to things. Is that a plus for this offense when have you been able to identify the guys you're going to go to kind of war with and just let them roll for the rest of the?
Yeah, I think that's part of it. Is in 2 weeks we've played a ton of guys. Part of that being, in certain different position groups for different reasons, whether it be up front, we've kind of had some injuries and some guys beat up, at a position that's already a little bit thin. Again, no excuse. The 5 guys we put out there got a job to do, and they got to go do their job at a high level. But at receivers, got a lot of young guys. We're trying to get those guys a bunch of reps. But just kind of different position by position. I think the good thing for us is each week, whether it be week 1, tons of issues. This week, a little bit better, and if we can just keep doing that, I feel like if we can just keep meeting a standard every day. Every day there's a standard to play that we have to go win a football game, to win a practice, to get through it, whatever it may be. If we can just keep upholding that standard and meeting that standard every day, I think we'll just continue to get better and better and better. And again, this is a big change, and if we can just continue to get better every week, better every rep, better every practice, better every period, I think moving forward you'll see the offense, kind of take off. So, no fear, no worry. We just got to keep getting better every day.
That final drive, what did that do as a learning tool or a baseline to show what this like? Is that something that you can show the guys, say when we're all clicking, we're capable of?
Yeah, and there's bits and pieces of that, all the way from, even in the Virginia Tech game, Sanford. I mean, there's bits and pieces of that. I think for us, it's just all 11 guys doing their job at a high level every play. And with a young football team and a new transitioning offense, that's it's easier said than done, but we've got to get to the point where all 11 guys are doing their job on every play, and there's bits and pieces of that. We did it when we had to do it, which is huge for us. And, moving forward, as we start to get into, playing some good competition, how often can we do that? What's our win rate?
After going back and watching the film, how much did you think DeAndre improved in his read option progressions?
Again, there's still room for improvement. A lot of things that he's executing on game day, not that we haven't done. I mean, we trust me, we've practiced them over and over and over again, but there's no substitution for live repetition. And so some of these things are really some of the first times that he's ever done them, in harm's way. And so gotten better every week. I thought he was much better, in week 2 than he was in week 1. Everybody knows he can pitch the ball around, and if, there's 3 or 4 maybe little, completions and throws out there where that thing could have been a 70% day for even more, but, I really think he's getting better every day, from practice to practice. And again, as cliche as it sounds, I mean, if he can just keep doing that, the sky's the limit for him, especially in this system. It's a great system fit for him, and I really feel like that he can take off as we continue to get better and grow around him.
How important is it in this offense for him to be able to use his legs?
I mean, it's not the end-all, be-all. I mean, it's not like you got to be a guy that's going to carry it 15, 20 times a game. That's not what we want for him. It's not what Coach Taggart wanted for, his last group. But, I mean, that is a big part of us. And more so than anything else is the threat. Defensively, when you know that defensively, when you know that guy can hurt you, that helps change things in a run game. And more importantly than that, if they are going to have to add extra people to the box, it makes your throw game more explosive. So I think it's a huge part just that the threat is there, and he is a good athlete. He's a guy that can run the football. And so I think for us, as he gets better, in terms of the decision-making piece and taking care of himself and doing all the things, when I say taking care of himself, I mean like physically, getting down when he's supposed to get down, all those things. I think, again, this thing will just take off.
You're going to saw Tamorian on the practice field do a lot of big things, but now to see it under the lights on the field on Saturday, what does that kind of mean to see that he can be a part of this offense?
Yeah. Who again?
Tamorian.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. No, I think the things that he did exceptionally well on Saturday had nothing to do with the 2 touchdowns. I mean, you want to talk about a guy that blocked and played hard without the ball and was an unbelievable teammate. I mean, he was unbelievable without the ball the other day, and that's a lot of things that people don't notice, but I was proud of his effort. If we can get 11 guys to play like he and Keith Gavin did without the ball on Saturday, we're going to be pretty good.
The running game, is that some of the backs, are they pressing, trying to make the big play, or there's not the lanes for them to run in?
I think it's a little bit of everything. I think there were 2 or 3 missed cuts. I think there were, 3 or 4 issues up front. Whether that be O-line or quarterback not putting the ball where it belongs into a certain box, or, the third one that we kicked out on the perimeter where if we hand that ball off, it probably goes for 80 yards and everybody's bragging on the run game. It's a little bit of everything. We just, again, keep cleaning it up, keep learning and growing. All those game reps will help make us better. And then, again, just building some continuity up front. Whatever 5 we put out there, they got a job to do. There's a standard of play here, that we have to live up to no matter who's out there. And so, again, we're close. We just got to get it going.
That whole week 1 to week 2 jump that we always hear coaches talk about, with the short week, do you hope that you get that sort of growth that you would like in week 2 with this full week?
Absolutely. This will be our first true 7-day game plan week. So from the off day, guys coming over on their own, which is exciting. Their off day yesterday, to today's first practice, first real install, and so to actually kind of have the time to detail this thing up the way we would prefer to as coaches, not coming off a Monday game to a Saturday, but hopefully that, again, you'll see big growth, and again, every week, every day, every practice is getting better.
What did you see from Trey McKetty? I guess the last 2 weeks, it seems like he's been a big part of the offense.
Oh, yeah.
How big is that to have a tight end, that safety valve, I guess?
Absolutely. Well, for us, he's not a safety valve. He's a guy who can go make plays. He's a guy that we want to attack people with. And, again, just building week to week, in terms of packages and making sure we can put him in a position to go win matchups and be explosive. And if we can keep doing that moving forward, that's a huge piece that'll help, hopefully, make jobs easier for some other guys.
Do the guys realize, like you talk about Tamorian being so effective off the ball, do the other guys kind of have to realize that they can have that same sort of...
Yeah, and you know what? To me, Coach Kelly has done an unbelievable job of creating that culture, and forcing that culture to happen, I think the other thing, too, is when guys play tough without the ball, for some reason, whatever that reason may be, when they're willing to do those things, all of a sudden they start making tough catches, because toughness is just... you either are or you aren't. Toughness is a mindset. And so, to see how he played without the ball, that's probably why he made that tough catch contested, as the quarterback, is throwing hot off the free guy. Tough guys do tough things, and so, again, it's just a culture and it's a mindset. And the more we can get people to buy into that, the better we'll be. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.